What's up, Browns Pound? It's your boy Kodiak, back with another reaction after the Browns lost to the San Francisco 49ers tonight on Monday Night Football. I ain't got a lot to say, really. Uh, Embarrassing. Absolutely fucking embarrassing. I mean, it just looked like the Browns never even got off the plane. It was just, once Callaway dropped that ball on the goal line and they intercepted it when he bumbled that pass, when he fumbled that pass or bobbled that pass, whatever. I can't even get my words right. It was over. It was over right then. Callaway can't catch shit. You know? He can catch a contact buzz. That's about it. Motherfucker dropped a ton of passes last year too, man. But realistically, this game is just one of them ones you got to forget about. We just got taken to the woodshed. I mean, really, that's all there is to it. Credit the 49ers. They beat the fucking brakes off of us in every facet of the game. The only bright spot for the Browns is the punter, the Scottish Hammer. He's a good punter. That's the only thing we got going for us right now. I don't know what, I just don't know. I mean, that first play, that first San Francisco play, that 83-yard touchdown run, man, it just felt like it just kind of just depleted us. I don't know why it shouldn't have. It was only 7-0 at that point. But it felt like it just sucked the life right out of me as a fan. And it looked like it sucked the life right out of the team. You know, and then we go into a quick 14-0 deficit because Baker throws the interception to Richard Sherman. And, you know, we're down 14-0. And we had, they missed a couple field goals. I mean, they gave us a chance to stay in it for, especially in the first half. But we just, where do you point the blame? I don't know. I didn't think it was the play calling. I thought the play calling was good, especially in the beginning of the game. I like the trickery. I like the creativity they had going on. And I think if we were playing not in a hole, we could have continued to run the ball. But when you're down as much as we were, I mean, you have to throw the ball pretty much. So Chubb was pretty much eliminated from the game, in the first half, honestly. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Baker. I don't know if something with the offense just isn't right. I don't know if it's just not clicking. I don't know if it's Baker. I don't know if it's the offensive line. Sometimes I think, the offensive line is blocking fine. Sometimes I think Baker just fucking scrambles and puts pressure on himself because he instantly wants to go to the right. But sometimes I think he's just getting under immense pressure before he even gets a chance to even set his feet. So I think it's a combination of both. I will say this, though. I don't think the 49ers are any better than the Browns are. I mean, they might be right now at this moment, but I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Baker Mayfield. I don't. He's taller, obviously, but I don't think he's better than Baker. I think their system is a good system. They know who they are. Pound the ball down your fucking throat. Heavy play action. And that's what our system needs to be. And I think that's what the Browns were trying to do. But they just got into a hole so quickly. And they couldn't do what they wanted to do. So I don't really blame this game on play calling. I had no issues with the play calling. It was just a weird game. The whole game was just weird, man. Like I said, it's just one of them ones you just want to forget about and move on. You got to move on, The defense just got manhandled the whole game. Granted, they were on the field a lot because the offense couldn't do nothing. Cigarette went out. Yeah, I mean the defense just That zone blocking scheme, man. It was the same way when Shanahan was the coordinator for the Browns. We had a good rushing attack. Um, Brian Hoyer was the quarterback. That was a Manziel year. That whole debacle with Ray Farmer when he texted down to the sidelines to put in Manziel. But yeah, we couldn't handle that zone blocking scheme. They were just eating us alive. Nick Bosa is a machine, a fucking machine, dude. The dude is going to be a force for a long time in this league as long as he can stay healthy. I'm a High State Buckeyes fan too. And, when he did the whole waving the flag around and playing it in the field after he took Baker down, I don't know how I felt about that. Part of me was like, yeah, I like that, It was almost like he was defending the Buckeyes, but at the same time, it's like, hey, bro, you quit on the Buckeyes, man. I mean, I know you had to get your money, and I didn't blame you for it, but let's not act like you're some loyal dude to Ohio State, because you obviously weren't. You and your daddy made you quit, so you can get ready for the draft. You quit on your team, so I don't know how I felt about it, but that's here nor there. I don't know. Let me say this. I hate Monday Night Football. I fucking hate it. I'm so tired of us being on primetime. I can only imagine it's got to be difficult on the team, man. You can't get any kind of routine. I can't even get in a routine as a fan. It sucks. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm tired as fuck. I just watched my team get trashed on national television. It's like, I just want to play 1 o'clock Sunday football games again. That's all I want. Like, I don't care about this primetime shit. I don't like hearing all these people talk about my team. I just don't. Put us back under the radar. That's where I want to be. That's my comfort zone. I like Sunday football games. Sunday football, not Monday. I don't even like Sunday night, but I prefer Sunday night over Monday night. I can't stand Monday night football games. I don't ever watch them when the Browns ain't on Monday Night Football because it's on too late and I could give a shit less. The only time I watch Monday Night Football is when the Browns play on Monday Night Football, and that's been twice this year. I think they're done with Monday night for the year, I think their only primetime game they have left, unless they get flexed into one, God forbid, I hope we don't, is I think when we play Pittsburgh on Thursday Night Football this year. Which everybody has that primetime game. So it was just a bad showing. I think the Browns just got kicked in the mouth, taken to the woodshed. 49ers are fresh off a bye. Home crowd was rocking. They start off with the 14-0 lead quickly, and the Browns just could never recover. I think that's all it really was. It was just a weird game. So that's really all I have to say. I mean, that's my takeaway from the game. I don't see nowhere to point blame. I mean, one thing I would say about Baker is I think Baker is going to be fine. I really do. But I think he's going to struggle this season. I think he's going to have a lot more games like this, unfortunately. Teams are on to what he's doing, and they're confusing him. And Baker has very happy feet right now. And the one thing that we all credit Baker for being good at is his accuracy. And honestly, his accuracy sucks this year so far. He's overthrowing guys, underthrowing them. He's got to get that part worked out. I understand he's going to get confused sometimes. He's still young into the league. There's still a lot of things he hasn't seen. And defenses are really trying to confuse him. And they're doing a good job at it. But he's got to get his throwing mechanics down. He's sailing the ball. I mean, even when he's running to the right, he's usually so good at that throw usually. And he had one today, and he just freaking threw it over Ratley's head by 10 yards. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Baker, man. He just... I just think he's going to struggle this year. Sophomore slump. I think he's getting a big old piece of humble pie is what he's eating right now. I really do. I'm not saying he's going to lose his swagger because I don't think he ever will. But I think he's being brought to reality a little bit. You know, that he's got a lot to work on in his game. The Browns need to find their identity, and I think I think they know what they want their identity to be: run first, quick passes, heavy play action. I think that was the game plan going into tonight, but the defense couldn't stop anybody. The 49ers just ran it all over them, and they put us in a hole quickly, and the Browns just could never get anything going. We finally got a drive going, and then Callaway, bobbles the catch, and they intercept it. That was a game-changing play right there. And in my opinion, that ended the game right there. So, I think we as Brown fans just got to move on past this one and just forget about it. It's going to be a long week. We got Seattle coming to Cleveland next week. So the Browns are on murder's row right now. They got Seattle, then they go to Denver, I think, and then they got New England. It's just, it's a tough schedule, man. It's a tough fucking schedule. Actually, I don't even think Denver's in there. I think it's Seattle by then New England. The Browns got to figure out how to beat Seattle next week. They're not going to beat New England. I don't think in Lambeau, not Lambeau, but the fuck's New England's field called? I don't know. I'm on a brain fart. I can't remember. But they're not going to beat them in New England. They're just not. I highly doubt it. They got to figure out a way to beat Seattle. And I think Seattle is beatable. I mean, Cincinnati almost beat them week 1 in Seattle. Now, granted, the Seahawks are playing a lot better now. But the Browns have to find a way to win that game. They cannot afford to be 2-5 after that New England game. They just can't. 3-4, maybe. The schedule softens up a little bit, and they should be able to rattle off some wins. But they got to figure out how to beat Seattle. Something else I want to say. Olivier Vernon is garbage. That dude doesn't even look like he's interested in playing. Does anybody watch him in his mannerisms? Like, he always has his head down. He looks like he's fucking bored out there. Like, this guy's done nothing for this defense. Nothing. He's had 1 sack, I think. We traded our starting right guard for this dude. And a damn good right guard. And for the life of me, I know all the Browns players' names, but I cannot remember this guy's name for some reason right now. But we traded our starting right guard for Olivier Vernon, and he's doing nothing. And he's 29 years old, probably about to turn 30, or 28, about to turn 29, I don't know. But he just don't seem interested. He just seems like he takes a lot of plays off. I don't know, man. I think that was a bad move. It's looking like a bad move right now. Greg Robinson, I don't think is the answer at left tackle. I think he's a formidable backup. I think he could probably be a good right tackle. But I don't think he is a starting caliber left tackle in this league. Bosa was eating him alive. Eating him alive today. The announcers, man, Booger McButt-Pickin and fucking Joe Testicles were like slobbing on the 49ers cock hard tonight. Like, I could literally hear Joe Testicles choking on Kyle Shanahan's cock during the broadcast. I could. It was that bad. It just felt like, it was just an odd game, man. It just felt like the deck was stacked against us tonight. And the referee, that head referee, what's that guy's name? I cannot stand his voice, man. Cleveland is challenging the call whether it was a catch or not. That's how he talks. I can't stand it. I can't stand his voice, man. So, I don't know. I'm over it. I'm going to get some sleep. Hopefully the Browns, they don't fall apart after this. Hopefully they stay together as a team. Regroup. Come back next Sunday in Cleveland and get that dub. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Peace.